afternoon, everyone. I am Gina from Gina K Designs, and it's great to see all of you coming in from around the United States and around the world. You may have noticed that there wasn't music playing at the beginning of today's live. Well, unfortunately, Tom is not here today. You know, the last 2 weeks, it's been something every single time we've tried to make a video. But this time was planned because Tom is actually helping his mom with something really important today. She is moving, and he is being the strong, good son, and he is helping out. So I am here today with Sami, who is way over there in the dead space. Say hi, Sami.
Hi.
So Sami is helping, and she is going to be working the cameras. And then, so we're not going to have any Tom music today. I asked Sami if she wanted to play a guitar or a ukulele or a glockenspiel, but she said no. So we're going to go it a little quiet today. But we've got a fun live in store for you because I am going to be using the new Layered Peony stencil. And I watched Jennifer McGuire's video, and she used this stencil over our brand new polyglaze sheets, and it was absolutely fantastic. Today, I'm going to use it over regular cardstock because I was thinking maybe it would be a good idea to show some of you who maybe aren't into foil another way to use it. So, Sami, can you sing? Diane wants to know. She probably can, but I don't think I'm going to get her to today.
Yeah, I used to, but that's not something I do much anymore.
Okay, she used to sing. She can't do it much anymore, though. All right. So let's just get right into today's video. So we'll go to the overhead, and I'll show you the stencil set here. This is the Layered Peony stencil set. Now, I love this stencil set for a couple of reasons. First of all, you can use it just like this if you want a more simple flower. It's a beautiful flower just the way it is. But then when you lay this layer on top of it, then you get all of that beautiful shading. And that's really great because I personally am not an artist. I'm a crafter. And so when I try to figure out how to do shading and where to see light, I'm okay with it, but I'm not great with it. And these layering stencils always make you look like you are a really, really creative artist. So, oh, wow. Everybody else was live today. I'm telling you, I'm going to have to change my day. I keep changing my day around, trying to not overextend all of you with lives, but I think there's just so many people going live now. So I do appreciate you all coming here today. We really appreciate that. I do want to ask you before we do this, and I'm going to get my brushes. How's the stream? Can you see me okay today? Okay, I saw somebody saying it's freezing in Utah, but I think she meant the weather. I don't think she meant the stream. We actually, I'll tell you about why our stream was so messed up. We found out that it wasn't just us, but it was every single business on our block. So with that in mind, we had no upload speed at all. We should normally have like 35. Right now we have 41. So we're broadcasting for the first time in HD, which is really fun. But we were down around 4 megabits per second when the wires were broken. So we're really glad that they are fixed, and we're glad that you can see us. We have no snow here in Milwaukee. We are good. We're golden. It's warmer here, and we just had some rain. All right, so I'm going to put the first layer of this stencil down on a 6x6 sheet of cardstock. Now I'm going to do something a little different with this stencil. This is a really easy stencil to cut out, like to fussy cut. No, I won't change my day, Judy. I'm only kidding. This is a really easy one to fussy cut. So I think I'm going to try that because I never, ever fussy cut my layering stencils, and I thought that would be fun. So I think I'm going to use some of our lilac colors. So let me find those. You know, I had a different plan, and I just changed it mid-second ago. So I know I sound far away because my back is turned, but I will be right there. I just have to find my other lilacs. Here is the light lilac, the medium lilac, and then why am I so disorganized? I need to take some organization lessons. All right, and there is the dark lilac. Now, I am not sure You can delete that one. Yeah, Sami is going to be like Tom, like RoboCop today, deleting the spammers too. So I'm going to use this cute little ink stand, and I'm going to start with the light lilac. All right. You have a lot of snow in Iceland. It sounds like you should always have snow in Iceland. And I know that's not true, but the name of the country sounds very cold. And I know it's beautiful there in your summer. But I guess this time of the year, you're having really cold weather, right? Okay, so I'm going to start with the light lilac. And you want to make sure that the name of the stencil is facing you. Now, you don't have to. You can flip it the other way. But if you flip it the other way, you have to flip both stencils the other way. So I'm going to start with this color. I'm really in the mood for some of these purples today. I love all the detail in this stencil. These lines are so fine. I can't even believe they were actually able to cut it this way. We were worried. Alicia and I were worried. My daughter Alicia designed this stencil for us. And we were so excited to see that it could actually be done. Okay. I love how when you're using a blending brush on stencils, how it catches the little edges and makes it a little bit darker along the edges. It's just so pretty, and it's not really an effect that you can get with a stamp. Now I want to show you this little spot right there. You see that? Can you see that little spot? That's my hand lotion. I put hand lotion on. So I would say, you know, go with the dry skin for your ink blending. It's better. See, I knew there was a benefit somewhere. Okay. All right. So there is the first layer, and you can see it's not perfectly blended, like all the same color. It's a little darker in the center. I'm going to even darken that up a little more in the center, and it gets lighter as it goes out. I just think that's such a pretty look. And you can see that that would be beautiful just the way it is. Now, I'm not done with this one yet, though. I am going to actually go with the medium lilac. And I'm going to put a very fine mist of that on my second blending brush. And I'm going to wipe a little bit of that off just because I don't want it to be too blotchy. And then I'm going to work that in just in the center here a little bit. I'm going to darken that up. I'm going to do a little more, but I just don't want to overdo it. But when you look at a flower and you get closer to where all the petals of the flower are scrunched together, it is kind of nice to see it a little bit darker. Now I'm going to take, let me show you how I did that. I'm actually, I'll show you sideways. I'm going to take the brush and just do it kind of on the top of the brush a little bit. And then I'm going to rub some of that off. And then I'm going to do just a little bit into each petal near the base. Just want to add that second color of purple. I'm going to do a little bit more. These are so pretty, these colors. I was thinking about doing blues today, and then I thought, why not do the lilacs? Because they're so easy because they come in the 3 different colors. So you can see that now I've added that second color. Now I'm going to peel this off. Oh, isn't that nice? It's just nice, just like that, except my hand lotion. But we're going to ignore that. I should put a dewdrop on there. One of our little, what are they called, Sami? Those little clear ones?
The clear quartz ones?
I think they're, are they like the droplets?
Yeah, what are those?
I don't know what they're called. They might be water droplets or something. I don't even know. But we've got something that looks like a water droplet, and they're very, very, very cute. And they actually look like dew on the petals and stuff. And you could put those on. If I did blues, which ones would I use? I think, well, if I did the turquoises, I would definitely use like turquoise sea and sea glass. And I'm actually going to tape this down first so it doesn't move. But I think if I did the blues, I would probably use powder blue and blue denim. I don't think they're the clear quartz, Connie. That's what Sammy said, but I think they're called something else. Oh, she's looking them up on her phone for me. Okay, and then we're just going to line that up. And you'll know it's lined up right when you don't see more than one line anymore. They're pretty easy to line up.
They're the clear dewdrops.
Clear dewdrops. Oh, well, we called them dewdrops and we still didn't. Okay, the clear dewdrops. I love those. I think I have some here somewhere. Let me see if I can find them. Is this them? No, those are rhinestones. Sammy, I don't have dewdrops. I'll have to use something else. I got to get some dewdrops. All right. Now I'm going to use the dark lilac. I'm going to lightly get it on my brush there. And then just knock a little bit off. And then I'm going to go in with this darker color. All right. And we'll see what this all looks like when I pull the stencil off. Now you can get this really dark if you really put a lot of color down. I want to make sure I get it in these spots. See, I wouldn't have thought to, the way Alicia did this stencil, I wouldn't have thought to do this side of the petal. And I know if I took a class and I learned how to color and I learned how to see all the light and everything, then I would understand it. But I wouldn't have understood that. And she did that for us. So it makes it easy. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, that's so pretty. Okay. So I thought it would be fun to fussy cut this, although some of you might think that is not fun. I thought it would be a little fun. So I'm going to try it and we'll see how it looks. There isn't a die for this, but you know, I don't know how you guys feel about big dies like this for these kinds of flowers. We could start considering doing some of those if you think you would like them. But I'm going right along the edge. And it is, like I said, it's a fairly easy one to fussy cut. But I'm actually cutting it right to the edge. I'm not leaving any white along the edge, as you can see. And then if you wanted to use foil, one of our polyglaze sheets, you definitely could put this on a foiled sheet. But today I'm going to stick just with stencils. My next video is definitely going to be more foiling. We have to mix foil with all the things, because foil is so amazing. It's so beautiful. And I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram. Some of you may, some of you may not. But if you do, if you don't, you might want to check it out, because I do a lot of very short reels where I'll do a card from start to finish in 60 seconds, which, you know, sometimes that's all you need is the 60-second version of a card. Of course, here on the lives, we do the 60-minute version of a card. But, and I know both are fun. I mean, it's fun to just take our time and talk about each step along the way. But in my reels, if you only have a minute and you just want a quick idea, those reels are kind of fun. So, and you can find me everywhere. My username everywhere is Gina K Designs. And I also am on TikTok too, and I do TikTok videos. And Sammy, I'm almost at 10,000 followers on TikTok, which means I'm going to be able to, I think I can go live now, but I'm not sure. I don't know if you have to have 10,000 to go live.
Yeah, I'm not sure the number on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok is a little bit more complicated when it comes to, it's I think Instagram and Facebook are owned by the same company, and TikTok has its own rules. Almost done. But you can see this is a pretty easy one, and I'm just using like really stupid scissors. There are much better scissors to use. I need new scissors, but isn't this fun? Fussy cutting gives you anxiety? Oh no, we don't have to do that. You can just stencil yours right onto the card if you want. That's okay. But I kind of enjoy it once in a while. And because these are just kind of like very large curves and points, it's not too difficult. This one. And I actually just turn the cardstock more than I turn the scissors, you know? So I get it in there, and then I kind of am moving the cardstock more than I'm moving the scissors. All right, so there is my flower. So now I want to do some leaves. And I am going to fussy cut the leaves. Now these leaves, let me tell you a little bit about these leaves, and also let me get something to clean the stencil and put that aside. I'll leave it here for a second so you can look at it. But I want to clean the stencil. You know what? I left my brand new tidy towel out all night, and it's hard as a rock. So I just have to soak it in some warm water, and it'll come back to life. I forgot about it. And I meant to do that when I came in here and we were setting up. I saw it sitting there and I thought, oh, I got to go wet that. But I didn't. Okay, so I wanted to clean that one. And I want to clean the other one so that we don't get purple all over. This one's easier to clean. I just have a little bit of glass cleaner here on my paper towel. And I clean both sides just because when you clean the one side, sometimes it gets on the back side and then you have a mess. Now, I want to show you how to line up these leaves if you were doing this on just a piece of cardstock. These leaves here, let me find the right angle of this stencil. So this is the angle of the stencil. Okay. So these leaves just sink right in to this spot right there. You see the outline here is the same as the outline on the flower right there. I hope you guys can see that. And then the leaves just sit right in there. But I'm going to use this other leaf because it's going to be a lot easier to cut out. And because I cut out this part of the stencil, then I can do some layering with these and I can make it more dimensional. So let me grab a little piece of cardstock here. I think I'm going to do 3 leaves. So my leaf colors, I'm going to use Jelly Bean Green and Fresh Asparagus. The other ones, if you like the 3 layers and you want to do a little bit more layering on them, then I would suggest our spruces because there's 3 different layers. You can do a 3-layer with these as well. You can do Jelly Bean Green, Grass Green as your middle layer, and Fresh Asparagus because they all lend themselves to the yellows. And that looks pretty good. So that's another option for you if you want to layer greens. Okay. Let me grab my green brush. All right, I'm going to start with my oldest girl is clever. Yes, she is. Both my girls come up with some pretty neat things. But my Alicia, she actually went to art school for high school and for college. So she's had a lot of practice. All right, so I'm starting with that. Can you move the pad over onto the screenshot? Sure. You want to see the ink pad? We can put the ink pad over here. Is that better? Does that make you happy? There we go. Okay. So I'm going to catch the edges a little bit with that color. And then I'm not worried about all that outside stuff. If I was worried about it and I wanted to do this like right on the card, I'd just mask it off with either a little masking magic or a Post-it note just to keep the edges from, you know, the ink from spreading over the edges. Okay. Here's the second one. I'm just so glad we are able to go live again because it was fun to, it's fun to make videos, and I've been making videos for, I don't know, forever, 16 years on YouTube. But there's something about going live and getting to see your comments live and kind of respond to what you're saying. You haven't seen me cut my stamps apart yet? I've cut my stamps apart. I've also cut my stencils apart. I saw Jennifer do that with this. I just moved this, but maybe it's not going to be so bad. We'll see. I saw her cut the stencil apart, and you can definitely cut the stencil apart if you want to, but you can also mask it off just with a little Post-it note so you don't have to worry about, inking up. So it's totally up to you which way you want to do it. I think it moved a little. It shifted a little, but I'll be cutting that off anyway. All right, so now I have 3 leaves. I'm going to switch over to the fresh asparagus. And then I'm going to use that second leaf pattern right inside. And I don't even have to tape this down. I can just hold on to this. I'm using the same brush. I'm not worried about cleaning it because I'm going from light to dark. If I was going from dark to light, I would rub this off on a paper towel until most of the color came off. But I don't have to do that this time. So we'll get a little bit of this fresh asparagus in here to create this detail. See what that looks like. I like that. These are fun. You know what? This design, I feel like it could be used for a tree too, like a really modern tree, because it's got like a little trunk down here. And you could turn it into a tree, a little line of trees. And they're nice. They're big size leaves. And I like that. Okay. Holding it down, holding it together here. Okay. So there we go. I'm going to now fussy cut these. Thank you so much for recommending people to hit the thumbs up button. I don't think you guys know how much we appreciate that and how much that actually helps the channel. Because when you hit the thumbs up, then it gets us onto the, I don't know what it's called on YouTube, but it's like the Explore page or the For You page. And it recommends the video to other crafters that maybe haven't had a chance to see us yet. So thank you so much for the thumbs up. We really appreciate it. I'm going to cut the little stem off. I don't need it for this because these are all going to get tucked under. And I don't have to worry so much down here. Let me show you what I mean. So this is going to be like sticking out of the flower like that. And remember, try when you're fussy cutting, try to just get the scissors, get it way down near the end, and then instead of, turning the scissors, turn the cardstock. You can control it so much better that way. Okay, just a couple more things here, and then we can start assembling this card. Now, I have an idea, and I hope it's going to work, because I want to use that new Love Trio, that die set that's in the kit. I absolutely love the Love. I want to use it today. I have an idea, so we'll see if it works. I'm going to do the greeting Love You, and I know a lot of people think that that might, only be like a Valentine's kind of thing. But I think that's the right saying for so many people, for your friends, for your family members, for your kids that are away at college. I mean, it's never inappropriate to say, I love you. Well, maybe it is in certain cases, but you know what I'm saying, for family and stuff. All right. So I want to just kind of do a quick layout here. I'm thinking something like that. And that here, like that. And then maybe have like one coming down over here. Isn't that pretty? So easy. And this is just an easy stencil to fussy cut. If you don't want to fussy cut, you don't have to. You could just mask off these little edges, or you can use the one that is designed to, pop right into that spot. I gotta find the spot, but it's here somewhere. There we are. So you could just put them right in there. All righty. Let's move that. Now, I want to get a piece of cardstock, And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down to 3.5 by 4.25. And that would be the same as Master Layouts 2. But I'm not sure that I want the little stitching on this because I'm going to cut some of this off. I know it's sickening to do that, but it's not, it's a little bigger than my card here. So I'm going to end up cutting some of this off. I won't be cutting the leaves off. I'm going to let those hang over the edge, but I will be cutting some of this off. So I'm not worried about the leaves, but that's going to be so pretty. And then I want to do bold letters here that say love, and I want to stamp you down here. So let's get on that. I could do a little texturing on this with a stencil, something like the brick wall. It seems to be my go-to. I don't know how much of it you're going to see, but I'd rather do it and have you not see it than not do it and wish I would have done it after everything is all put in place. Does that make sense? So let's just do it. We'll see if anything shows. All right. So we're just going to tape this onto the back just to make sure it stays in place. I do also really like using Masking Magic to tape down my stencils. Never tears the paper. But I've got a lot of this washi laying around, and honestly, I don't use enough washi tape, so it's really great for all these techniques with die cutting and stenciling. Okay, I had black on here. I don't know if there's any gray left, but let's just get some soft stone ink. Here's the soft stone. So this stencil is called Layered Peony, and it comes from the brand new Lovely Notes card kit. It's inside this box. This is such a great value. There's like, oh my gosh, there's got to be like $120 worth of stuff in here for $59.99. So it's a great value. We do break all of this stuff up later, but a lot of times for just the price of one of the stamp sets and one of the die sets, it's almost $50. So for $59.99, you get 2 6x8 stamp sets, 2 big die sets, and then you get those that love trio die. You also get that beautiful heart die that comes in here, this one here. And then you also get the layering stencil set. So it's just such a hard deal to pass up. We have to do the math, Sammy, so I know what to tell people what the value is. All right. Yeah. So I have that brick wall there, and we'll see how that looks when we get this on here. Yeah, you definitely can see a lot of it. I feel like I did too much brick. I don't know that I want that much brick. It's a lot of brick. Do you guys like the brick? I don't know. I mean, it's going to lighten up a little bit as it dries. And the U will be stamped down here. So I think most of it's going to get hidden. But you know what? I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to do it on the other side a little less. We've got time, right? I never know what time it is. Oh, yeah, we've got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Nothing but time. I'm going to try taping it down here. Just onto this, and then I'll just hold it. If I hold it down here, I won't go too far down. Okay, so I'm just doing it in the middle. Just a little bit. Like that. That's all I really wanted. Just a little. I feel like that's better. Just lighter and not as intrusive to the design. And again, I don't mind the leaves hanging over because remember the card is bigger than this panel. But I will trim a little bit of that flower off. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe we'll get it on the whole thing. We'll see. Okay. So I'm going to stamp the word you first, and then we're going to die cut some words and see if my plan works out. Yeah, I feel like it's not as offensive. It's just much lighter. Alrighty. Let's just get these brushes out of the way and all of these stencils, because you know I'm going to put my finger in it and then touch something weird and then cry, and that never works out. One time I laid this onto the remote. I laid my ink stand right onto the remote and shut off my overhead camera. That was fun. Just seen Tom up on the ladder trying to put it back on. Okay, so my small brick piece is 3.5. So I'm going to go to 3.5 and then up 1/8 of an inch to make it easy to cut. I could cut this out with master layouts too as well. 4 3/4 and then up 1/8 from there. Okay. The only thing that's bothering me is that, but I know you guys are understanding crafters. You know how it can happen. Alrighty, let's get my tape. Yeah, that was way too dark. Let's cover that up. And that's going to go on there. So we'll have that cute little shadow layer. And then I think I'm going to do the whole thing on a white card base because we want the focal piece to be that flower. We want that to be all the color. Everything else we want to kind of keep neutral. So I'm going to cut this down to 4 1/4. Okay, well, you might see it in the picture. I always post high quality pictures of my cards, and that's where you can see all the flaws. So expect to see a little bit of a flaw there. Maybe I'll stage it so, you know, I lay a tool over it just like that, just like that, so you don't see it. I'll just give it to somebody that needs readers. So when they're looking at it normally, other than the first time, they won't notice it. Tom won't notice. But I don't know if he wants a flower card or not. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to do anything with this yet because I'm going to just look and see how this is going to look. Okay. So I don't know if I have to cut it beforehand or not. Yeah, I might have to cut it a little. I mean, I could go like up here and cut that off, but I don't want to cut that much off. I might leave it. You know, the envelopes have a little give, and I think that's going to be really pretty. And why cut it? It's so pretty. Why not? Let's leave it. Don't you guys think? I feel like you feel like I feel. It's a lot of feels. And then we'll do the word down here. Yeah, let's just leave it because, I mean, yeah, we don't want to get rid of it. And I love how it just all goes outside of that. Okay, we're leaving it. We're all in agreement. I see it coming through. Okay, let's tack these down first. So I want to know where this is going to be. Like that. And then I'm going to slip this. All right, I am not focusing here. This has to actually go down first or the whole thing will be thwarted because some of this is going to stick to this part of the card. Okay, that is not centered. I love the Gina K Designs tape. It's so forgiving. It gives you a minute to pull your card up before you make the commitment to stick it down forever. And I need to do it one more time. Welcome, everybody. I haven't said hello. I see we've got a bunch more people that came in from this morning. Does Sammy know she's supposed to have a word of the day? Sammy did not know that. That's funny. I forgot, Sammy. I should have put you on that duty. Sammy is doing everything this week. We're a little short-staffed this week. So she's doing everything. She has been working in shipping. I saw her out there. She's been working in her office, doing a whole bunch of stuff on the website. And now she's in here. Poor girl, can't even get a lunch break. All right, we'll put that there. You guys like that leaf there? I think that's pretty. And then we'll put these up here. Do that one. Yeah, there should be a little give in the card, so I think that will be okay. A little give in the envelope is what I mean, so that you don't have to worry about this little bit sticking out. You like it just the way I have it. All right, that's good. That's positive. There we go. And then we're going to pop this flower up, so we'll give it a little more dimension. All right, we're going to leave this here for a minute because we're going to get this love die. We're going to get this love die, and I'm going to try to do something kind of cool here. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to cut a little piece of cardstock. And then I'm going to do a little ink blend. Let me find my ink stand. There it is. Takes me about 2 minutes to have a complete disaster. So I'm going to start with the light lilac. Tom is helping his mom move, so he is not here today. So thank you guys for all of your support, even though things have changed a few times over the last 2 weeks. But we have Sami helping me, and I'm so grateful for her. So thank you, Sami, for making time. Alrighty. So I just want to see, is that enough color here? I think I got to go over a little bit more. So we're doing the light lilac first, going right across. And we'll see how this looks. I think it's going to look cool. If my plan works. It's been thwarted before, though. All right, now we're going to move to the medium lilac. And I am going to clean my brush because I used it for the dark lilac. So I'm going to just take a paper towel. I'm just going to rub any excess off on that paper towel. That didn't look so bad. Thank you, Cynthia. I really have a wonderful staff. I could not do any of this without them. They're the whole thing. I just come on here and make cards. They run the business, keep it going. So I am very, very lucky. Okay, so I'm putting that second purple here. I promise it'll look better once it all smooths out. I think this is going to be cool, actually. And then I'm going to go to the dark lilac. And I'm going to work this color up from the bottom. This is a much darker lilac. I'm getting lilac everywhere. Let's see if I could just blend it all in. Put a little light in there. Then I'm going to clean the brush again, and I'm going to add just a little bit more medium right along the center. Yeah, we're really rocking now. We're getting right to the end of all of the sale orders. So we thank you for your patience. And then we will be, by the end of the week, starting on all of the new orders. We might even be closer than that. That was a big, big sale at the end of the year. Holy cow. And we thank you all for that. Keep us going. Okay. So now I've got a little bit of a blend. Is the heart die in the kit the same size as? No, it is not. It's a completely different, even different shape of a heart. We did that one mostly to be more of a grounding heart, like a smaller heart that you can put images over. So it's a little bit different. But one thing you can do is after you cut the heart out, you can use the open space to ink blend on your white cardstock and then put that heart on top, and all that colored ink will show through all of those pretty little floral filigree design. Okay, let me get this. Now we're going to try to cut this out in a way that we hit a lot of this light purple as well. So make sure it's upright and put that there. I'm going to go up kind of close. And then I'm going to cut it out. I can use that for something else. Jan, that's a hard question for us because we have so many manufacturers and so many suppliers, and some of them are fast and some of them are slow. And so it's very hard for us to know what's going to be in stock when, but things are ordered and hopefully things will be back in stock soon. So my plan here is to have this love down here. You can see that gradient. And I might even overlap it a little bit onto the flower, which I don't think will be a problem. I can actually move that down a little bit, and I can use the smaller U from the stamp set. I just need a little U right here. So I'm going to keep that like that. Now, don't throw this away. You need it. And I'll show you that in a second. Now I'm going to use this skinny love, and I'm going to cut this one out in black. So this is a skinny detailed die, and when I use these, I put that upside down, blade side up, and then my cardstock, and then my plate. Anytime you have a small detailed die, it really is easier to cut it upside down. Yeah, I think that little bit of brick, look at that, just flew right out. That little bit of brick. And look at this negative. Isn't that kind of cool? This negative piece here. I don't know if you can see that. That's really cool. You could stencil the word love, or you could use this as the opposite and just keep the little pieces that fall out. So that's kind of a cool, it's so clean. You almost don't want to throw that piece away. But wait to see how tiny this little guy is. And it just falls right out of the die. I love that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. So I'm going to use that one too. You'll see my mastermind plan here in just a minute. And that's the center of the O in case we need it. All right. Let's get back to it here. I'm going to a clean piece just so that it's nice to look at. All righty. Now this is the stamp set that kind of coordinates with this die set. This is the Fresh Florals that comes in the kit. And I think I could use either this U or this U. I think I'm going to go with this one. If I wasn't using this scripty one, then I'd probably go with this to add a mix of, you know, bold letters and a scripty kind. But I think this one is going to work really well. I think. We will see. So let me get the Misty because I might have to stamp this more than once. You know how it goes when it's a brand new stamp set. Sometimes you got to do it more than once. I'm going to use the scripty die cut word. And you'll see what I'm going to do here. You'll see what my plan is, and hopefully it'll look good. It was kind of the way I thought it would look when I designed it. So, oh, jeepers. Everything's hanging off the edge. I think I'll do it this way. I'll do it this style. So we want to make sure that this stays in place. And then we're going to put the U right down here. You know when stamps are new and you put them right in the position, but they're still sticking to your finger and they move? That's what's happening. Okay. I'm going to condition this stamp a little bit with my finger. That's what you need, just your finger. Rub over it. If you don't want to do that, you can use a regular pencil eraser. You just want to make sure that it doesn't have any gunk on it, like I've got stuff on it. You can erase it with an eraser. Don't use your mono sand eraser, though. You don't want to do that. Basically, you just kind of want to change the color of it so that it looks more cloudy. I got eraser in there. But once it's cloudy, then it'll take ink really well. And a regular eraser will do it. Okay, I'm going to test this first. And for those of you who have never seen my live before, this will be a good tip for you. For those of you who've seen it, you probably do this. I'm just going to take the acetate sheet that came with the stamp set. You know, it's the acetate sheet from the back of the stamp set. And then I'm going to pop that right into my MISTI here. Let me get rid of these love letters. We don't need these yet. So I'm going to put that right on top. And then I'm going to be able to check to see if this is in a good spot, because I'll be able to see it. Let me find a little black ink cube. That's embossing ink. They all look the same from this angle. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm going to use a little black ink here. I could use my big ink pad, but I'm just going to stamp this right onto the acetate just to see if it looks straight. And that looks pretty straight to me. So now I feel more confident that that's going to stamp in the right spot on the card. And that's easy to clean off. You just get a little bit of water and you can just wipe that right off your acetate sheet, and that can go back on your stamp set. And that's kind of a little way to test to make sure it looks straight before you ruin your project. Alrighty. And this way I can do it twice. You know, I know it's going to be good and I'm in the MISTI. I can do it a second time. Get it nice and black. Do it a third time. Okay, that's looking pretty good to me now. I know the U is where I want it. And I think that is all the stamping we're going to do. Boy, we're doing a lot with stencils. I didn't have to use the stamp. Since I don't have my dry, my wet tidy towel, I just use that paper towel. I'll have to clean that later so it's not fuzzy. And now let's see what this all comes together like. I've got this. Make sure there's no black on my fingers. And then I'm going to place this where I want it here. I might go just a little outside of the top. Now, this is going to help me line up my words so I know it's straight. And I think this is really more about spacing too. So I'm going to make sure it's straight along the edge of the card here. And I think that's going to look good. So where is my masking magic? Because I definitely want to use something like masking magic for this and not washi tape, because I don't want anything to happen to this. So I'm just going to take a little strip of masking magic. I think that's going to be spaced well. Yeah. Oh yeah, that'll look good. And then I'm going to tape this down here and tape it down here. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find Connect Glue. I left my bottle out at the last time I did a live, and I spent a little time today cleaning it. So I'm going to just do a couple little dots inside here, and I know it's going right over that leaf, and that's all right. I'm going to lay my L right in there. Press it down. Now I'm going to do my O. did this not that long ago with the friend word and some other things. The O, you want to make sure you've got the darker part of the O toward the bottom, so this gradient all matches. And now the V. And you just don't need too much glue here. You're really just kind of making sure that you've got it in enough places. I wouldn't even put it in there because that's so skinny, because you don't want to glue it to the thing that I'm pushing these letters through, this panel. And then the E. All right. Now you know all the letters are spaced the way that they're meant to be spaced. And we can take our time and pull up on this. And we know that the word love is spaced. Okay. Now that looks really nice. And then what I want to do with this is I want to bring it all together by placing this right across there. Doesn't that just bring it all together? Oh, I love it. Okay, that's what we're going to do. All righty. This is really skinny, so it's really a good thing to have these fine tip bottles for this, because you can really just get it into the smallest spot. These fine tip bottles, if you're new to Gina K Designs, they are sold separately, and you can buy our large Connect glue and fill these. And you can also use them for other things like re-inkers or alcohol inks and things like that. They come in a 3-pack, so if one ever clogs over time, you have another one ready to go. Okay, this is the time I should be Mindy Eggin using a tweezer, but I'm not. So we're just going to do it like that. There we go. Ah, I love that. I think that's really cute. They go together. Now we can pop this up with some foam tape. And we could add some gems if we want. Here's the big foam tape. I had to take it off the car. It looks like a tire. Let me grab these scissors. I've been using these Simon Says stamp scissors a lot for this. So let me cut a strip off. And then we'll just place a few strips of this on the back. We don't have to go all the way to the edge. But I'm just digging the purple today. Just in the mood for it. So I hope you guys like it too. Now we want to make sure we put this in the right spot. And I think that is where we were thinking to put it. So let's peel and put it down. Now I'll tell you what, next Tuesday, we'll give away whatever card I make on Tuesday, plus the card I made at the release party, and plus this card. So we'll give away 3 cards next Tuesday night when Tom is back, because I don't know how he does it. And so I didn't tell Sami how to do it because none of us know what Tom does. He's just secret magic man over there. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, pop that down. And there is the finished card. So that was a lot of fun. I really like that. And I'm not always a purple lover either. I agree with some of you that are like, oh, I don't know, I wasn't big in the purple at first. But I really like this purple because it's a blue purple and it just makes me happy. It feels very springy. It feels very soft. You're right. No one knows what Tom does because that's the dead space. Sami, are you scared back there in the dead space? Now, I could put one of those little dewdrops there to cover that up, or I could put a few sequins on here. But you know what? It's so simple and pretty the way it is. Maybe a couple sequins in here would be nice, but I'm going to leave it. I think I'm going to leave it just like this. And again, because envelopes have a little bit of extra room in there, this should fit. If it doesn't fit, I could have turned this down just a little bit more, turned this one up just a little bit more, but I think it's going to be okay. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you like this card. Why don't we go back to my shot now, Sammy? This was so much fun. Thank you guys for showing up for us all the time. We appreciate you being here, and I hope you learned something that you might want to try. This kit is now available at ginakdesigns.com. It's in the What's New category. Very easy to find. I checked. It is on the first page of the What's New category, and you will actually see this graphic. Oh my goodness. Is that coming through on the camera? Let me see what's going on here. Hold on. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Maybe it is. I think it is. Let me see. Did I not turn the display off? I don't think I did. There we go. See, when Tom's not here, that's what happens. Sorry if the display and all the settings were up on the screen. Sorry about that. It was in the beginning too? Oh, great. All right. Well, see, that just makes Tom know that we really need him. And that's important. He needs to know how important he is to just about everything around here. All right, everybody. Well, I am going to try to get another 5-minute card video done for you tomorrow. But I'll probably post it over the weekend. And then Tom and I will be back for a regularly scheduled live next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you all so very much. And we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.